Welcome back to Holly Hobbies. Let's make an easy spring curled ribbon wreath. I'm going to use a 14-inch wire wreath frame and this spring sign that I found at the 99-cent store. We are going to make these curled ribbon bundles, and we're going to use 12 of them and put this all together to make this adorable spring wreath. So let's get started and have some fun. I have 4 different spring colors of deco mesh that we will be using today. I thought they looked really pretty together. I'm going to start with this sign that says welcome friends. I thought it was super cute, from the Dollar Tree, and a 14-inch wire wreath frame. So I have my 4 different colors of deco mesh right here, my 4 different layers. I'm going to put them all together so we can cut them all at once, because as I like to say, work smarter, not harder. I'm going to cut them in 14-inch strips, and we're going to be doing 8 of these. And we're going to be attaching these to the crossbars of our wreath frame. So it gets all, you got to be careful because it all starts sticking together, but it'll be a lot faster if you put them all together like this and do them at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 8 of these here, and I'm going to meet you right back. I have all my deco mesh cut, and we're going to start with our bundles and secure them to our wire frame. So I'm going to use my Bodabra. You don't have to use a Bodabra. You can have little clips and just clip each one and then put them all together. But we're gonna start, see how they just start rolling in, the ends start curling in. We're gonna roll, just keep rolling these 2 ends together and just kind of rolling together, and we're just gonna pinch it in the middle, just like that. Rolling and a pinching, and we're gonna put that 1 layer in our holder, and we're gonna just keep doing that with all of our 4 layers here. Just gonna let those ends, they'll just start rolling in on their own. And that's what's nice with this design, is all those frayed ends you don't really see because they just roll in. And we're just gonna angle that. And this has got to be the easiest wreath to make, and it has such a pretty impact. Taking our 4 different colors that are just going to scream spring. Look how pretty those colors are. And we're going to stack this up with all 4 of them. And then we're going to take our chenille stem. And it's going to stick. This deco mesh loves to stick on everything. So we have our fluffy little bundle here, and we're going to take it off our Bodabra. We're going to connect it with the chenille stem, and we're going to go ahead and give it a few twists. So we're going to make 8 of these bundles, and we're going to be securing them to our wreath frame. So I'll be back when we make the rest of these bundles. Our wreath today, and we have our 14-inch wire wreath frame, and we have all these crossbar sections. So we're going to take one of our bundles, and we're going to put it on the second bar, and we're going to angle it on this crossbar section. So I'm going to take a chenille stem, and I'm going to go a chenille stem on each side here at the angle, and we're going to pull it and secure it on the back. So you can see how I have it angled right there. And we're just going to give that a couple twists. We can adjust that later. And I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing on each of these crossbar sections, going on each side of that bar there with our curled, beautiful Easter bundles here. So I'm going to go around and secure the rest on each of the crossbar sections. So I have 6 bundles attached at each of the crossbars, and you can see that it's starting to fill out really nicely. Now I'm going to make 6 more ribbon bundles, and we're going to attach them in the middle now. I have 6 of the bundles attached right now to each of the crossbar sections, and I am going to make 6 more. I have 2 extras here, and I'll make 4 more, and I'm going to be attaching these to this middle bar here. And I'm going to use the 2 bars in the middle, and I'm going to put a chenille stem on each side of that bar, those 2 bars. And we can always flip it over, and you can see how we're using these 2 bars here, and we're attaching that chenille stem. And now this is attached to the 2 in the middle, and these 2 are attached to the crossbars right here. So we're going to go around, continue with this around the whole entire wreath, and wait until you see how beautiful it turns out. I've made it around, and I'm on my last bundle here that I will be applying in the middle on the 2 middle bars here. I'm going to go on each side of those middle bars with my chenille stem, and I'm going to attach it with a few twists. So now we've made this beautiful, look at that. I mean, just the colors are gorgeous. If that doesn't scream spring, I don't know what does. So you can play around with the little rolls, and they'll stay the way you like them. I mean, my goodness, it looks gorgeous just like that. But we are going to add a cute Easter sign that I found from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to prep that sign next. I'm prepping the sign right now. I have 2 chenille stems hot glued already, and I'm going to add 2 more to the sides, and with a couple felt squares on top. And that just gives it an extra reinforcement. And then now we're going to have 4 stems to connect to our wire frame, and we're going to let that dry, and then we are going to attach this to our wreath. While we're waiting for our sign to dry, we're going to go ahead and finish these chenille stems in the back. And we're going, the one here in the middle, you're going to take, we've already twisted it a few times. Now we're going to take it and attach it to this middle bar here, and we're going to give it a few twists, and we're going to clip it down and just push it back towards itself. And then we're going to go around and do that. Now this one's on the crossbar here, so you can just attach this on the next bar that you see here, and this is just giving it a little extra reinforcement. So we're going to twist it a few times, about 1/2 inch, give it a clip, and then we're just going to flip it back down on itself. So we're just going to go around and do the same thing on the rest of the chenille stems to finish them off, and then we are going to attach our cute Easter sign. So I'm going to finish this up. I have the beautiful rolled bundles all attached to our wreath. Now we're going to take our sign that we have prepped with our chenille stems hot glued with our felt squares over the top for extra reinforcement, and we're going to open up these bundles, and we're going to place the sign in the middle here with the chenille stems facing towards the center. And we're going to adjust all these rolls after we attach the sign, but right now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to attach the sign to the wire bar. And we have 4 of them to attach, and then we're gonna play around with all these rolled bundles. And you can just attach it with a few twists until you, there might be a few adjustments with the sign before you're finalized. So right now, I'm just gonna push all these bundles on the outer side of the sign. And we're gonna flip it around. And look at how cute our sign is with these curled deco mesh bundles here. And we're gonna play around, move them however we like, and look at how adorable that is. They get very, very sticky, but they're so pretty when you fluff them all up. And oh, look at that. Does that not scream Easter and spring? I don't know what does. So we're gonna do one final touch on this spring wreath. So I have the sign attached now the way I'd like it, and all the little curled deco mesh ribbon bundles here are just, you can fluff them up around how the sign, how you like them. And isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So we are going to do a final touch. I've had this yarn for a long time, and look at that. That's going to be perfect colors and textures with this beautiful wreath. So we're going to do the last final touch on this gorgeous spring Easter wreath. Using my Bodabra to hold the ribbon, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to do without a ribbon maker. This is what I like to do, is you just kind of make it look like a little bow there, and then you can just tuck the back right there, and you would pinch it in the middle, and then that would be your bow. So we're gonna, and I'm gonna do that with each of these ribbons here, but I'm gonna use my Bodabra, and you get the loops the right size that you want. All right, so we're gonna go like that. Once again, we're gonna take this back, we're gonna go under, and then we're gonna pinch it. We don't really have to pinch it right now because we're gonna be putting it on our Bodabra. And there's one, and we're gonna be doing, I'm just gonna start stacking that same way that I just did with all these other ribbon. And we're gonna make our ribbon come under like that, and then I'm going to put it on the Bodabra. And it's gonna look so pretty with all these different textures and colors. Here we go. And oh, look at that set. I love this. I've been wanting to work with this for so long, and I just haven't got around to it. And what a perfect wreath to do this on. All the colors just match it so beautifully. And this bow is just going to be the perfect finishing touch for what we're doing here. And we're just stacking. We have a few left. We can just do the rest of these together. And see, we just made our ribbon. We bring the back down right there, and I'm gonna put it right there in the center. And this is gonna look so pretty on our wreath as our finishing. So we have our ribbons here, and I'm gonna take them off our Bodabra, and we will be attaching them to our sign right in the middle with our chenille stem. So I'm gonna put our chenille stem in the middle here. Bring it towards the back, and then I'm just gonna pull it down this way so I get a good tight twist in there. And look at how cute our little bow is with all the different ribbon textures and spring colors. Now we're gonna add this to our sign. I'm gonna grab our sign and we're gonna put this finishing touch on this beautiful Easter sign. And there's right there already from where it had a hook or hanger from the Dollar Tree. So we're just gonna put our chenille stem, both pieces, right through that hole right there. And it is gonna give us the perfect finished touch. And then we're gonna pull it down through and we're gonna attach it to the frame. Trying to get my hands on it. We're gonna attach it to the wreath frame, just like we did everything else to each side. And that just gave it the perfect little finishing touch there. And you can fluff up your loops and hoops and all that kind of stuff and finish off your ribbon if you want. And I just think this turned out so cute. Let me fishtail that one real quick. And I'll do those. Let me shake off those. And there you have it. A beautiful, easy, simple, curled ribbon wreath that we made with our bundles. And look how absolutely gorgeous that's gonna look in your home, your front porch, giving to a friend for a housewarming gift. I mean, that is absolutely stunning and screams spring. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun crafting this beautiful spring Easter wreath and that you'll come back and craft with Holly Hobbies some more. Thanks for joining Holly Hobbies, from my heart to yours.